Everybody, welcome to Tales of Praxis. I'm the founder of With the Terrible Fate, Aaron Suduko. I am stoked because I've been running around for the last 2 hours getting ready for my other dear friend and colleague, Matt McGill, to come visit me for the weekend tomorrow. And I was almost certain that I would not be able to start the stream on time because it seemed like I just had way too many balls in the air. But bam, I think for the first time in a couple weeks, we are starting properly at 5. So eat it, schedules. Sometimes things just work out. I am also happy to let the stream know that after minimal bullying, Matt agreed to join as a special guest on Friday. So we will be streaming at this same time this Friday, but it will be Aaron plus Matt. So those of you who are longtime viewers of the stream will have a third data point of what special guest stars look like on a With a Terrible Fate story-oriented JRPG stream. We're developing our own kind of style and mythos and storytelling unto itself, which is a lot of fun. But I'm excited to continue exploring Dawn of the New World with you all. I will remind you because I spent long enough on it, so you can listen to a plug for it more than once in a week. I published an article studying Tales of the Abyss through the lens of Kabbalah, a Jewish mystic tradition, and seeing how that impacts its storytelling and just the act of what it is to play the game. Published that on Monday. That's available. It's on the front page of the website at withtheterriblefate.com. Check it out. If you have read it and you want to chat about it, I am happy to make the stream a little story time and conversation about that as well. As long as it has to do with the storytelling of video games and hopefully a little more narrowly JRPGs and the Tales series, it's totally germane to what we're working on with Tales of Praxis and with this stream. In terms of catch up to the plot, before we dive in, I think really the key stuff we did last time was we reconstituted Tenebrae. We had a wild confrontation between Richter and Ratatosk mode Emil in the Temple of Darkness. We had crazy callouts to Jewish mysticism, of all things, after I published that work on Tales of the Abyss, because I forgot that Ratatosk mode Emil pulls out of his pocket, as if it were nothing, this insane finishing move called Ein Sof Hour, and we talked about the connection between that and Kabbalah. We talked about Richter's attack, which he responded with Eternal Recurrence as just casual Nietzsche being thrown in there, because why not? So all of that got me giddy because it reminded me how much there is to this game that I really didn't retain or remember super well, which has me really excited as we get into the crescendo of the story here, and then the climax and everything else that follows. So we did that. Tenebrae is back. Ratatosk mode Emil got his feelings hurt a little bit, I think, because everyone seemed to be scared of him and intimidated by him. I can't imagine why, so he kind of sulked off into a back corner of Emil's mind, it seemed like. So we've been hanging out with the meek and timid green-eyed Emil instead, still hunting down the core of Glacius, the Centurion of Ice. Found out that Seles Wilder, the sister of Zelos the Chosen, we got to encounter briefly in the first Tales of Symphonia, has it, and was subsequently kidnapped by a Lloyd impersonator. Yes, we've learned that Dex, one of the higher-ups in the Vanguard, who has shape-shifting powers, has been impersonating Lloyd at least some of the time and kidnapped Seles. So we now know that there's definitely something not Lloyd that looks like Lloyd in the mix, as we're trying to square the circle of Lloyd's character from Tales of Symphonia with everything that's been attributed to him along the lines of the villainous and the antagonistic in this sequel. But we still don't know exactly where the real Lloyd has been, how much of him, if any, we've seen versus what's been due to the imposter. So hopefully we're going to keep finding out a lot more of the information that we've been kept in the dark about up to this point. Kind of seems like we're reaching that point in the overall story based on our familiarity with JRPGs and even our familiarity with Tales of Symphonia style storytelling, since this is the sequel in the spirit of that. So Cape Fortress is the new area that seems to be a Vanguard base, and we were told that Seles was probably brought there by the Vanguard forces. Let's dive in and see what happens next. I looked up the side quest where I couldn't figure out how to trigger the right cats-driven quest in order to get things going for that. This is from the Magic era of games where they're not well documented in terms of prerequisites in order to unlock things. So it seems like maybe it's a dungeon that you can't do until New Game Plus. Maybe we would be able to access it now, but it seemed like a lot of work to even unlock it. There was not a clear path based on the online guides that I found in order to do so. And it was pretty clear that it's basically just a bonus area with the best equipment in the game. There's not really a story attached to it. So I'm going to make the executive decision that it's okay for us to skip that. And I'm going to do my best just to catch all of the other side content, which has been pretty interesting along the way. So exciting to unwind some more of those quests as we go forward here.
No kidding.
Hey, Marta, you know this place, right? Is there a place where they could imprison someone they've kidnapped?
I've heard about this base, but I've never actually been here, so it's hard to say.
I see. Looks like we'll just have to search the place inside out. Oh well, let's go.
Yes.
This Cape Fortress is interesting too because it's not something that I would have antecedently thought of as a trope in the series, but I forget the name of the area in Tales of the Abyss, but there's something very similar in terms of like the summer home of one of the noble families that's central to the story, and you go there pretty early and some key events transpire. So waterside fortresses and old castles, I guess.
So
it is
this
definitely
the
a
Vanguard's base.
certain aesthetic.
Man, what a total dump.
Making it ornate would serve little purpose.
But what kind of scum locks a guy's poor sister up in a diseased rat hole like this?
You were expecting one of those immaculate, luxurious revolutionary soldier camps?
A little of you goes a long way, Tenny.
I might say the same thing about you, sir.
Match made in
Come
somewhere.
on, guys, where's the love?
I will say that having lost Tenebrae for a while there, I did come to miss his biting wit, and as they would say, the stodgy old manness of his general sarcasm and vibe. It's nice to have him back.
We won't lose!
Took me like 20 hours thereabouts before I finally switched out Demon Fang as one of Emil's arts. Gotta say, Blade Fury is definitely doing it better for me. And now it's overkill. It stays pretty fun though. I know it's a long animation, but it's a pretty good one as far as these go. They go pretty far.
This is the final strike!
At least make it challenging.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we probably can't recruit Vanguard soldiers into our party the way that we can monsters. But we can always try. I want Marta to have way more SP than she does. Oh, I was just talking about how I got rid of Demon Fang, but now that we have the Tenebrae skill, we can turn into a dark art. No pun intended. Yeah, I guess we can try that out. And I want Emil to have more skill points as well. Let's try that. Is it something awesome? Oh, that is pretty cool. Dark demon thing. Oh, our darling Wyvern can change class again. I feel like it's changing class all the time. What will this be, its 4th change? Oh, I forgot to look up how to evolve the Ogre into a Titan also. I'm gonna figure that out. See, I see that it's locked as at the next class stage, and that immediately makes me think, oh, we found one of the good monsters, or the good classes. So of course we gotta figure it out. Solve the puzzle. Get the good teammates.
Die, scum!
Wouldn't mind getting one of these golems as well. Okay, there we go. Another shot at enemies.
Healing power.
Of course I won.
But will we succeed? Please? It can never be that easy.
We won't lose. Not yet.
Chain fusion! Playtime's over!
And I don't know what I have equipped to Emil, but I feel like the dude cannot lose TP, no matter how many arts I do.
The final strike!
See that?
Yes, I watched all of it.
You fight! Don't watch!
Marta has other priorities.
I hope Seles is okay.
If she's not, I'll make sure the Vanguard pays with their lives.
I'm sorry.
I wish I could say it's fine, don't worry about it, but I can't.
Zelos, don't you think that's a little harsh?
Sheena, behind you!
Huh? Sheena, look out! No sweat.
And trapdoor.
Huh? You gotta be kidding me!
Goodbye!
What? Again?
At least she's consistent.
What a klutz.
I'll go look for her. You all keep looking for Seles.
Right. Good luck, Regal.
I think this is one of the reasons that I default to just using Emil, Marta, and the monsters in this game. Is like, yes, they give you access to the characters in the original party, but it's so touch and go. Like, you'll get access to one of them 1 minute, and then suddenly they're gone, and then they come back, so I find it hard to manage a party with that amount of volatility in the core members. Better to just build and count on some solid monsters. Oh, I forgot we picked up an actual dragon last time. Love that. I'm gonna have to swap him in at some point.
Sheena was an assassin, right? What's she doing falling into a low-tech trap like that?
From what we've heard, she struggled with this a bit in your previous
I was gonna
journey
say,
as well.
Zelos should not be
This isn't
surprised by
the
that.
first time it's happened on this trip either.
For real?
Yeah, which reminds me, I've seen more pitfalls on this one trip than I have in my entire life.
Although I guess to be fair, a lot of those incidents happened back when Sheena was trying to kill Colette, which was prior to Zelos joining the party, so no, I guess
Worried
that
about
tracks in terms of
Seles.
consistency.
I really hope Sheena's okay too.
I know. Why do bad things always happen in pairs?
How about you, Marta? Are you doing okay?
Huh?
I mean, everything that's happened with the Vanguard lately.
It's hard to believe I used to be in a group that would do all this.
But you're not in it anymore. You're with us now.
Yeah. Thanks, Emil.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that plot line unfold because I feel like even now, this many hours in, we don't know that much about Marta's actual history with the Vanguard. And the more we're discovering just how monstrous and sketchy that group seemingly is, the more I'm curious about her time in it and what pushed her away, especially with their dad being in it too.
Feast your eyes on this. Come sample my one-of-a-kind gourmet cuisine.
Whoa, look at it all! Everything from appetizers to dessert! I had no idea you were such a talented cook!
Well, what did you expect? High-class men have high-class tastes.
This is great. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Not so fast. Your seat's over there.
Over there? But there's only bread and water over there.
And what's wrong with that? Bread is quite a luxury. And I'm such a gentleman, I even arranged for sparkling water.
The word
No
you're
need to
looking
be
for,
polite,
Emil,
eat as
is
much as you like.
thank you.
This way.
Isn't this taking the whole chivalry thing a little too far?
Ah, that's because it's not chivalry.
We're gonna win!
Alright. If we try to get the golem again, will I be bitterly disappointed and ruined? Or do we have a shot? There's only one way to find out.
Healing power. Healing power.
Playtime's over. This is the final strike.
Alright.
See that?
Cross your fingers and toes.
I watched all of it!
You fight! Don't watch!
Come on, show me a pact. Gonna make me cry over here, man. Come on. And the more times they manage to evade us, the more strongly I come to believe that they're gonna be a really great monster if we can ever actually nab them.
Let's do this!
Jesus. Stun locked by a tiny little imp. Not my favorite look for you.
At least make it challenging.
Ooh, raining fangs. And our dragon is now a fire-breathing dragon. I love this. It's all coming together. Oh, it's a base art. Kind of had it in my head it would be arcane. Nah, that's alright. Nice to expand the bases, too. They do say you should try to cover all your bases. That'll be my one bad dad joke for this stream.
Say your prayers.
Oh, that's cool, especially in the air. Are you kidding me? That just seems abusive. I see why they made us wait till level 40 for that.
Yay, we won!
Ooh, our demon actually learned a spell. I feel like very few of the monsters are actually growing into spellcasters for whatever reason. They don't seem to have physical arts.
I guess you want to die.
Playtime's over. This is the final strike.
Get ready!
Move.
Get ready! Too much art!
Jinx does something so that Emil is incapable of running out of TP. Of course.
That was too easy.
Say your prayers.
It's not worth all this 3,000 gold. just get us a new sword for Emil or something. I don't know.
Won't work.
And I definitely feel like many more enemies in Dawn of the New World have the ability to heal their party versus in Tales of Symphonia. That's one of my biggest pet peeves for JRPGs, when the enemies can heal. Oh my god, look at that shit! And heal for so much, too! Yeah, I'm not gonna stand for that. You're gonna get wrecked. Oh my god, that didn't even kill her! Thank God. Good riddance.
That was too easy.
Those casters, not my jam.
First Seles is abducted, then my bud gets impersonated, and now Sheena falls through a trap door. Why do things like this keep happening around me?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Why are you two sorry?
Well,
Come on, man, we're just trying to be polite.
Come on, now you're making me feel like the bad guy here. Cheer up, lose those pitiful, depressing faces.
but it's all our fault. If not for us, Seles would be safe.
If you really want to help, the best thing you can do is focus on the task at hand. None of your apologies are going to bring us any closer to saving Seles.
Right. I'm sorry.
Zelos the Brutal Realist. I think that's one of his favorite colors.
Enough. I just want to
Or
save
my
my
favorite
sister.
colors
That's
on
all.
him. That is to say.
Making you two miserable is not my style. You understand?
Yes.
We'll save Seles.
There, that's the spirit.
You are much kinder than one would expect.
What? How can you gaze upon this beautiful face and this graceful figure and never think otherwise?
You'll have to excuse me. It would appear the standards of beauty between monsters and humans differ greatly.
Absolutely savage.
You might make a nice piece of steak.
I do, look at Tenebrae though. He's all muscle and I think it'd be a very gristly steak. And it would probably have a lot of snark to deliver to you. Please don't cook him into a steak.
Let's do this.
For the sake of the Wonder Chef as much as Tenebrae's sake.
Reveal the destruction.
The Wonder Chef would frown on that.
Of course I won.
Oh my god, way too many monsters.
So fill me in. How is dragging this tyke around with us gonna help us rescue Seles?
Hey,
No, I don't mean you, Marta, sweetie. I was talking about our little daydreamer over here.
Sorry.
I don't know how you can be such a limp noodle with this lovely little lady fawning all over you like she does.
hey, I won't let you talk about
That's
my
a new
life
one for
like
Emil. The
Whoa,
limp
kid,
noodle.
For a dim bulb, you sure put the moves on quick.
No, it's not like that.
that. It's not.
Wait, I mean, huh?
Ah, there's nothing like
I'm
young love.
confused. Help me.
Say your prayers.
Well, do you think there are enough flyers in this battle?
Not good. Not good.
Playtime's over. Final strike. Dark radius.
At least make it challenging.
Well, at least we're getting a lot of levels, and skills and arts and such for this absolute onslaught of monsters. Hey, Smidge. Oh. I think I did know that at some point, because that is definitely ringing a bell. Like, you can do it now, or is that something that we have to unlock later? I'll give it a try. Let's find out.
We're gonna win! Oh, healing power.
Giving me more of an excuse to gush about the unexpected connections to mysticism by spamming that attack. Totally forgot about it until last stream. We looked at it in Noah.
Won't work.
Awesome. Do it.
Playtime's over. This is the final strike.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, I remember this.
Devours. Lights of power.
I remember the wicked laugh more than anything. Darkness devours.
Oh, Emil, I was so scared.
You were more scary.
What did you say?
It's something. Yeah, that and the, like, wide open eyes, like he's just absolutely fucking unhinged. I love it. Well, I'm glad to have your presence, lurking or otherwise. Yeah, it's a great laugh.
Say your prayers.
Oh, yeah? Alright, we're definitely gonna have to remember to try that. See, this is the benefit of playing through this with someone who's played it, what did you say, Smidge, 5 times? You can remind me of all the little nuances.
Amazing.
But really, I mean, those are the little touches that add so much to the game for me. And it's hard to keep track of all of them unless you have just an encyclopedic knowledge of them or stumble into them on accident. Oh, come on, you exposed yourself. I'm not taking the blame for that. And again, we've determined that it takes one to know one because, I mean, it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black with my, like, 650-hour playthrough or whatever we decided it was. So, I would certainly not blame you. I'm trying to. I forgot what a little maze it is, but yeah, I've been working at that for a while. Got the new cloak for Marta and bandana for Emil. Trying to work it. Lots of enemies. I think they really want you to use this area to level up. Even more so than in the previous dungeons. I feel like you've been beset by them like every few steps. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and you gotta keep track of all these gates. And it's a new area, unlike the temples of ice and darkness, so don't even have a mental map in my head. Ugh. So much going on.
Let's do this!
Oh, I see, they call these hellhounds. It's calling them Ligers because I'm pretty sure it's the exact same enemy model as Ligers and Tales of the Abyss.
Healing power. Heal!
It's over!
Oh, healing power.
Now is it open?
We're gonna win! Oh, healing power. Heal!
Playtime's over! This is the final strike!
See that?
Yes, I watched
Oh, that's
all
weird.
of
I
it.
must have missed the
You
timing. I
fight!
tried to trigger Ryan so far that time, but it didn't want me to do it. Must be a bit of a finicky window. Well, at least that gate's gone. Your spinner. Love that. I'd rather a sword, but that's something at least. Yeah, I had a memory that it was like right during or after the like the cut-in illustration of him, but that must not be it because that's what I tried to do that time. It didn't quite work. I think I want a Wyvern Lord, because what a name. Love it! Awesome. Oh, okay, Smitch, so since you're here, you can probably answer this for me, because I meant to look it up and I totally forgot. Do we need, like, a special item or something to evolve this ogre of ours into the Titan? Because every time I cook for him, there's the option to do Titan, but it's grayed out, and I can't remember what you need to do to make that happen. Philosopher's Stone! Is that what it is? Is that... Okay. I'll have to look it up later then. It is a very fun fighting style, you know. I gotta try Tales of Xillia again. I've tried it more times than I would care to admit without like really getting stuck into it. I think I just need to stay with it for a little bit more of the story, then I'm sure I'd be hooked. I figured it was a special items thing. That's what I was speculating on last time, mostly based on Pokemon more than anything. But I couldn't remember what the special key was. really should get better at keeping those grimoires on hand for when I change a monster's class. I guess we can switch our Wyvern Lord out for our, we try our dragon. Our were-dragon. Huh, excuse me. That ought to be good. Okay, that's the list of all the special items. Is there one special place to find or buy them, or are they just sort of all over the place? So it's got to be Ogre's Blood for the Ogre, I would assume, to get the Titan. Okay.
You're so amazing!
Shut up! That was nothing.
I love the way you said that.
I'm not fighting anymore.
Oh, in the area we are right now, there's a Philosopher's Stone? Is that what you're saying? Or the Ogre Blood? Oh. If I weren't already so disoriented, that would be really exciting for me. Now we really have to try to do the treasure hunting justice here. Which monster is the Philosopher's Stone for? I remember it being an important item for
Of course I will.
being good at the game, but it's kind of where my memory ends. Oh, so, you need the Philosopher's Stone and another one of those items you mentioned to make a statue, and that's what lets you do the evolution? Is that what that sounds, I guess, as complicated as one would expect. What a fucking headache, dude. I mean, I get it, but that's a lot of work. Oh, you need all 4 of the items. I see. I thought that, different ones of those items made different evolutions possible. So are the other ones besides the, yeah, as you're saying this, I'm starting to understand that. The other items, are they regular materials that you pick up wherever then, and the Philosopher's Stone is the special thing that's hard and limited to get? Or are they all, rare and really hard to find?
You're so amazing!
Shut up! That was nothing.
I love the way you said that.
I'm not fighting anymore.
Alright, our dragon friend can change classes. Speaking of evolving.
Die, scum!
Oh, healing power.
Strike! Savage Reaper!
Oh, healing power.
Playtime's over!
Alright, let's try this again. I just want to learn the timing so I can do it whenever I want. said the flip switch, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. Okay, I did it right when he was somersaulting. Okay. Leave it to you to know. Good looking out.
See that?
Yes, I watched all of it.
You
After
fight,
5
don't
times, I'm
watch.
sure it would be just burned in your memory forever, whether you liked it or not, right? Okay, so we need to lower this gate to get to that pressure plate, I think. Which means we probably have to go back up to the other set of pressure plates. Oh my god. It's gonna be like level 80 by the time we're done with all these monsters. Just going back and forth.
Should have never gone against me.
Okay, now let's check. Alright. Oh, I see. And now we have to switch the other one back. Jesus Christ. It's not even that hard a puzzle. It's really just the incredibly high frequency with which they respawn the monsters that makes it nuts to manage.
I guess you want to die.
I can't lose. Oh, healing power. Healing power. Oh, healing power.
Demon Face!
At least make it challenging.
Oh, now our demon friend can change class. Everyone's getting ready to change. A suspicious side room with just one enemy roaming out there.
Healing power. So much art.
It's my choice.
Healing power. No! No! Heal! No!
Should have never gone against me.
And they weren't even carrying something special. What a suspicious room. And I always wonder with JRPGs when I encounter side rooms like that, like, are they just trying to add more rooms to make the area feel more believable as a base, or is there something extra there that I'm totally missing?
Die, scum!
I feel like either explanation could very easily be the case, depending on the game. Shut up, Marta. I have a plan. I want this golem. There it is.
That was too easy.
Come on, give us the golem. Oh, our Sphinx friend can change classes again. Pretty please. Third strike. We're out of there. Witch Mittens. It's not a Philosopher's Stone, but I'll take it. Which Witch Mittens do you mean? Okay, I lied. I guess I had another dumb dad joke in there.
We're gonna win! You're amazing!
Yes, thank you, Marta. I am indeed very cool.
Healing power.
At least make it challenging.
God, yeah, this fortress just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? Oh, and there are side areas. Dios mio. How are we supposed to get to them? Oh, we have a bunch of different statues representing different monster types. That's cool. Ah, see? Smidge, you're the veteran. Gotta help a brother out. Okay, we have water elemental. Oh, are we supposed to, like, douse the flames in a certain order? That's what I would guess. Okay. There's a fence mechanism over there, and I assume over... Okay. Extinguish the flame of life of those I defeated, one by one, and come to my dwelling. The Red Knight's history. Oh, we get to learn history. I love it. It's not a JRPG puzzle if there's not history involved. I do feel like the way that Dawn of the New World does puzzles is very, like, spiritually continuous with Tales of Symphonia's puzzles, especially, like, the Battlecraft Mausoleum. That makes it feel like a proper successor in my head. Okay, Sharp Claws and Bent Beak first. Then Scissors and Killer Sting. That's gotta be the Scorpion. So Pelican, Scorpion, Man Beast. Feeds on Sun and... So a plant. Armor. That's gotta be the Golem. And Illumin, that's the Demon. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. The question is just, can I remember all of that shit? 1, 2. Fuck, which one was the... The Man Beast. Yes, okay. Oh, I forgot the plant. God damn it. Oh. I was feeling so confident, too. My hubris was my downfall. Alright, let's try that again. So we had you. And then you. And then you. And the plant, which is the one I forgot. And the golem and the demon. Okay. Now can I do this switch? Okay. That was pretty straightforward. Oh! Nice. Don't really understand what connection the Order of Extinguishing had to this separate statue versus the Red Knight statue, but I won't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Let's do this!
Wrexham Vanguard!
Strike! This is it!
Oh, brilliant! Failure destruction!
Cool down! Playtime's over!
Say no more! That blue thing is done for. Good looking out, Switch. Thank you.
This is the final strike!
I don't know though, because see, if you don't tell me those things, you get to see me wandering around for 5 to 10 minutes and shouting things in frustration. And that's why you come to the stream, isn't it? Either that or I'm just woefully confused.
Failure destruction!
I do love an enemy who gets just as frustrated as I do when their casting is interrupted. It's very cathartic as a player experience. Oh yeah, it is just hanging out there like, oh, I'm a target, don't mind me. Thinker! It's a very symbolic name. It reminds me of, like the three, I can't even think of the right name for them. Effigies, I guess, kind of, that you fight on the way to Mythos in, Gaia, and Tales of Symphonia. Same sort of vibe.
Dark Radiance!
Great land, swathe us in your protection!
Right? Yeah, kind of thematically similar, I feel like.
You're so
Shut up, Marta! Okay, well, we killed it. Doesn't seem to happen, though. Oh, well, this opened. And then it closed. Okay, and the flames are back. What do you think, Smidge? Do you remember? You can also just punt on it, but it would be fun to figure out the puzzle while we're here. I'm just kind of baffled. I feel like there's not quite enough. Oh! Okay. I don't know how we were supposed to know that that would happen if we pressed that button a second time, because it certainly didn't happen the first time. But we soldier on. And there's another inscription to read on this side. Yep.
Say your prayers.
Yeah, good looking out. We'll get through it. I want that stone, damn it. Give me that stone. Yeah, and so missable, right? I mean, again, I guess consistent with the broader series, because think about, whatever the name of the stone is that you need to access Niflheim back in the first game. Also very missable and locked behind maybe not this complicated a puzzle, but definitely locked behind a puzzle.
At least make it challenging.
Igniter!
Healing power.
Not quite as metaphorical as Thinker, but I'll take it.
Wait, Lil, swap us in your protection. Wait, Lil, swap us in your protection.
Boy, this fella's way tankier than I would have expected just by looking at him.
Playtime's over.
Is he tanky enough to survive Rage Mode?
This is the final strike. Darkness devours. So power.
He was not tanky enough.
See there?
Yes!
See, the real timing to Ace is exactly when to cut off their post-battle dialogue, so their silly banter just becomes clipped to, "Did you see that? Yes!" Which much more tolerable. Alright. Another order. For the Blue Knight. There's always a red and a blue. If Halo taught us nothing, it taught us that. Okay, Scorpion. Demon. Bird. I feel like I should write this down because I'm afraid that once I leave this area, the gate's going to close behind me and it'll be a whole thing. So I will do that. First I gotta deal with this asshole.
Die, scum.
Yo, we're even better now that I'm playing it in the age where I just have a smartphone. I can just take a picture, which is even easier. As opposed to the reams of penciled notes on loose leaf paper that I had back in the day.
So amazing!
Shut up.
I'm dating myself.
Nothing.
I love the way you said
I
that.
feel so old school now, even though I guess it wasn't that many years ago, all things considered. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, we got that, and that, and that, and that. Go. Now they can't block us away from the knowledge, even if they try. Ha! Pick up the phone. I fucking called it. Alright, start with the Scorpion. Then Demon. Then Bird. Then Golem. Then Plant. And Man-Beast. Okay, so now I'm guessing if we go, what, back to the Blue Knight, something else will happen? Maybe? Yes! Alright. That wasn't too bad. He said, setting himself up to be totally decked by whatever enemy is back here. Oh my god, it goes on! This area. Never let it be said they just recycled areas and assets from the first game. They added a lot to this. See, if I were more adept at streaming, I would layer in as a joke that old Beatles song, "The long and winding road." You'll have to settle for my jaunty impersonation of it. Oh no, I believe it. You sold me even before all the other stuff you said when you just answered my question of, oh yeah, this is how to get the Titan. Because I was losing my mind trying to remember what I needed for that. Of course it's a long and complicated answer. Oh my god, stop it! Stop the healing!
Healing power. No healing power.
Correct.
Healing
Item finder. Does that like make item acquisition easier post battle?
Oh, healing power.
I don't remember that one. Oh, sure.
That
So
was too
yeah, exactly what the name sounds like. That does sound convenient. Because I'm guessing a lot of those items for making the statues are monster drops based on the names, right? And probably rare ones, based on this game. Philosopher's Stone, baby! Alright. Oh, I'm glad we did that together, Smidge. Thank you for helping me through it. That was a nice payoff. Valuable rock. Yeah, that's an understatement. No one knows how it was created. Oh. So what do we have to do to actually make the statues? Is there like a place that you craft or a specific merchant or something? Trying to see what were the other items that we said. There's Ogre's Blood and Evil Eye and Quality Stone. I wanted to see if I had any of the others. Doesn't look like we have an Evil Eye. Okay, yeah, I'll check the crafting merchant after this for sure. Oh, you have the Quality Stone. I'd like to see that. Oh, and we have the Ogre's Blood. Oh, we just don't have the Evil Eye. Fittingly, I guess. That is indeed evil. Yeah, we got it all except the Evil Eye. Where do we get that, Smidge? Do you have all the answers? Or just some of them?
Here! Get ready!
Don't tell me that. I sucked it up and did one of those cats missions last time, and it was just the last thing in the world that I wanted
I
to
was
do.
so scared.
You were more scary.
What did you say?
Like, I'll do it if we have to, but it's got to be a monster that drops it, right? I mean, I think Ogre's Blood and Quality Stone are dropped from monsters. Yeah, all right. I'll look at the cats too next time. We'll see if there's one that's like right there and easy to do. We can try it. I want to get down to that throne room, dude. Maybe that's just the normal way forward to progressing on the level. Just doesn't look like it would be lined up with that in terms of the architecture of this place. Oh, got it. You gotta defeat Thinker again. Yeah, that sounds about right. That was basically the very helpful guidance I got on how to unlock the... What's the bonus dungeon called? Twilight something? Twilight Castle or whatever? Yeah, do the cat's quests. If you don't see the right ones, just do more of them. Dude, I'm not gonna grind through uncountably many of those bonus arcadey dungeons just to get to something. That seems a little dangerous. Twilight Castle thing.
That was too easy.
So, okay, I was talking about this before, I think before you dropped in on the stream, but do you remember whether that's something that you can do in your first playthrough or if it needs to be New Game Plus? Because I got conflicting information in forums when I was trying to find out. I think it's Twilight Castle, I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's right. Because the quest that it was saying would be available to start down that road in Chapter 5 was not showing up like at any of the cats for me. Well, at least now we know it's not worth trying to do a million quests to uncover that. Although we might have to do a million quests anyway to get the fucking evil eye, so we'll see. Yeah, don't I know it. One in each chapter from here on out, as I read. The treasure hunting quests. I'm streaming. In a couple more hours. My dog is so needy. This is what a night in the life of Aaron looks like. So I stream, and Evie freaks out and is very sad and feels left out. And so then afterwards, when we go to bed, I have to take her onto the bed with me, and I play my Switch in bed as like a bedtime thing before I go to bed so that she can feel involved, because she's a gamer dog. Lloyd versus Lloyd! Marta, what did you put in that mushroom soup? I'm seeing double. With the swords, I'm seeing quadruple.
There are two Lloyds?
Then one of them
It is a great scene.
really
Even I remember this after like 10 years or however long it's been.
Come on! Give me a hand! Help me defeat this fake one once and for all! Don't let him fool you! He's the imposter!
If one of them is Dex, he should reek of that cologne.
But the smell is overpowering everything. I can't tell which one it's coming from.
Damn it! This is ridiculous! I trust all of you. I know justice will prevail, and that you will make the right choice.
It is a very Lloyd thing to say.
Emil, what should we do?
Yeah, right. Come on, Smidge, it could be either of them. I love, too, that on the select screen they, like, freeze on the dumbest, most obvious face. Yeah, so it's got to be the other Lloyd, right? Nah.
The imposter is this one.
But I was being so believable. Why? Now Alice will never date me. I'm going to sulk in my coffin.
I can't believe it. Then you're the one responsible for attacking Paul Macosta and destroying all of those cities.
I don't think so. Do you know what happens?
Oh, crap. So you found me out.
Is it hilarious?
Damn it. I was supposed to keep all of this a secret from you, Marta.
What are you talking about?
I'll have to look it up after this.
Daddy ordered you to...
Daddy? What do you mean, Daddy?
Oh, I see. So you didn't tell them, did you? Yes, of course. If you did, you wouldn't be able to stay with them.
What does he mean? Marta?
You're gonna get that history I was teasing.
Our dear little Mart is the only daughter of the Vanguard's great Commander Brute.
Seles!
Zelos! Don't you dare take another step. I just love breaking the arms of cute little girls like you.
What a line.
Why, you little bitch.
Long as I win.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
break your fucking
You
limbs,
better not badmouth
Mart.
my precious little Alice, or you'll have to answer
Then
to
I'm gonna
me.
feed you to my dogs and make the
Shut
dogs
up.
blow up. As a joke!
And hand over your cores and weapons. Mart can bring them to us.
I feel like they say Seles' name differently in every other scene in this game.
What
if
do
I'm
you
being
want with the
honest.
Centurion's cores?
We only
No
really
kidding.
need Ratatosk's core. Commander Brute wants the rest for his little collection.
Dex, stop answering their questions.
Sorry, my dear Alice.
The most useless simp.
Now, Mart. And please be quick about it.
Not so fast.
Dex fucking face, dude.
We're not gonna let you.
Ah, Colette's back. Yay!
So sorry to disappoint you.
And Regal. Knock his eyes properly out of his skull. I love it. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Zelos, we'll take care of Seles. Lloyd, this way.
All right.
Still missing Persea.
You're not getting away.
Give me Persea.
Not so fast. Don't interfere with my Alice. I'll protect her no matter what.
Oh, really? You're going to stop me? You can't even put on cologne without screwing it up.
That is a pretty good line.
Now bite the dust! Houseful! Have a taste of this!
Oh, healing power.
That's all.
I'll end this! It's over!
Keep switching up the unison attacking guard buttons on accident.
Savage Reaper, dual death!
Cleanse the defiled. You okay?
Super no.
Come on!
You're slow! Damn it! Have it! Dual death!
Cleanse the defiled.
Have it! Dark Radiance! Damn it! I'll end this!
Okay, gotta focus.
You're slow!
That is something that scratches the back of my mind. Like, I knew it at some point, but you're gonna have to remind me of that too.
This victory will be for Alice!
But yes, please tell me. Help me, Snitch. You're my only hope.
Bring them back from the abyss of death.
Won't work! Damn it! Dual death! Playtime's over!
Very satisfying to do this with the boss. Matt! What's up, brother?
Devours!
You getting a preview of what you're gonna be a live part of on Friday? Oh no, you're in the chat and you're drunk? What a combination. Center grid needs to be... Smidge, you fucking kidding me? This is even more complicated than getting the item to do the evolutions. center shadow with 3 shadows and 2 light. Okay. I don't think I have any, but I don't have tech as Emil to do light-based elements, so that's such a chore anyways. Does Marta have light arts that I can... Yeah, she has photon. Dude, that's so much faff. Alright, I'll try it. For you, Smidge, I will give it the college try. But I fully believe, based on what you just described, that no, I probably did not do that back in the day. So I probably knew about it, but had the reaction I just did. Matt, was this like, was this your last day or week in lab or something? Or was this just typical drinks with your boss that went out of hand? Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, especially with like a more nuanced element grid like this, Smidge. I feel like just, unless you want to turn off all the spells for your monsters, which I don't really want to do, it's like you don't have enough control over it. But okay, I think I have the stuff now at least, so we'll try it. Let's see how it goes. Mazel tov on your last day, Matt. Well, we'll have to have our own toasting and celebration once you get here.
Healing power. Watch the enemies move.
That was on purpose.
You'll get to play as Marta, which Smidge can tell you is the most fulfilling experience for anyone co-oping any video game. He said sarcastically. It's the best, and I won't hear otherwise. Everyone loves it. Matt, who's Billy? Too many things are going on. I can't manage all this. And Marta's trying to heal us, so she just keeps doing the fucking water elemental. Smidge, I think we're fighting a losing battle here. Okay, we got that. We got that. Shut up, Marta. Stop trying to heal me. Yeah, but late Marta is still well beyond this. I mean, come on, it's only chapter 5. We're only like 25 hours into a JRPG. It's early days.
Don't rely on items.
You're so cheap.
Damn, there wasn't enough time.
Okay, I might be able to do it, Smidge. So what's the trigger after we have the element grid? Is it just the... Like, is it the units and attack button? Is it C to trigger it? I gotta be prepared here, otherwise we're fucked. It's just not gonna happen. Units attack, yeah, okay. Which is C. Well, let's try it.
Concentrate on the enemy.
Oh my god, we already fucked it up.
Okay. Photon! Brilliant, reveal your destruction.
Whoa, Demon Fang!
You okay?
God damn it!
Brilliant, reveal your destruction.
We're gonna get him. This is my quest now. Thank God this idiot has way too much HP.
You're using too many.
It's to win.
I am gonna lose my goddamn mind over this.
Brilliant, reveal your destruction.
Okay, I am actually just gonna turn off their arts to try to do this, otherwise it's never gonna happen. Turn that off. I'm gonna have to remember to turn these all back on afterwards, or we will probably die. But hopefully that'll get it done at least.
Photon! That can't be good.
Oh, it's fucking Dex who has the fire attacks.
Not good. You're slow.
Literally what it needs, Matt, is just fewer attacks from Dex. What? She's not even listening to me! I'm pressing the button that I queued it up. She has the TP. What is going on? Marta! Well, if I can't get the computer to do it, I can force Matt to serve my will on Friday.
Oh, brilliance, reveal your destruction! Photon! Oh, brilliance, reveal your destruction! You're using too much art!
Come on.
It's my choice.
Get off. Please?
It's over.
Smidge. That wasn't it, Smidge. We put... God damn it, Smidge. I put in so much fucking effort to that, dude. You betrayed me. That was the real top 10 anime JRPG betrayals of all time. Oh, I'm so sad. God, now I'm just gonna take it out on Dex. Screw this guy. Did this wrong. There we go.
Oh, healing power!
Don't rely on items.
You're so cheap!
I'm not even mad, this is hilarious. I'm so sad! Purple Eye's Ultimate Edgelord!
You're slow.
It is very I think Emil went to auto, I think that's why I can't control him. Boy, this fight is a mess across the board, everyone. Alright, we fixed it. Yeah, Marta has her special equipped. For the skill, you mean, right? Yeah, she's level 30, and I made sure that was equipped last time. Yeah. What the hell is going on? Your auto. Can I please control this character?
Powerful.
Don't strain
Okay.
yourself!
I finally have control of my character back at least, so... We're making moves. I think I interrupted myself when I was going to say this, but it's such a generous thing in this game that a mystic art like that can only reduce you to 1 HP as opposed to killing you. Because having just come off of Tales of the Abyss, let's just say that mystic arts are not always that way in these games. And it can have some pretty delightfully disastrous consequences.
Too much art!
I wanted to use the mystic art. That's okay. I love you! Oh, you don't say, Smidge! I'm shocked. Ron? No! Not as if we could have checked that before we spent like half the battle on it. Nah, I'm giving you shit. Gale, alright. Well, okay, you have to tell me how to actually do it so that it can be a new goal on the vision board at least. Even if I'm not willing to try it again right away.
That damn mail-order exercise machine must have been a scam!
I demand to be taken seriously.
Damn it.
Dex, did Daddy really order you to do all of that? Did he order you to attack Paul Acosta?
I was ordered to use the power of the Centurion's core to transform into Lloyd, then attack a meeting of the Vanguard. That would allow us to wipe out our internal dissent and place all the blame on the Church of Martel.
That is devious.
No, Dex.
Okay, Smidge, that does sound much more doable than what you tricked me into doing. So, at least we'll be able to try it again in the future more easily.
Now go.
And effectively.
Thank you.
That's okay. We have fun trying to achieve win states that are make-believe.
Man, what is it with you people?
Oh, we have a lot of issues.
Emil, farewell.
Man, they really rack up the double boss fights in this game. I forgot about that. That is not really a thing in Tales of Symphonia. But based on that attack, I don't know whether we're expected to win this one. Yeah, I'm gonna guess not. Well, we gotta give it the college try now. Richter, please. I'm just a child.
Be grateful.
I just want to get that counter going. I'm so excited to see this. Now that you prepped me for it.
Darkness devours. I'm so easy.
That's so fucking cool.
Did you really think the same attack would work? Eternal recurrence.
Oh my god. The amount of thought they put into something like that. Like, you can say this isn't, you know, one of the mainline Mothership games, but it does stuff like that, and that is really cool.
Healing power.
Richter, please. It does a lot of them. I think that's what it is. It's like, the overall game is a little bit of a challenge to buy into, but it does a lot of really interesting things here and there along the way. Like, I remember, because I published this article on Final Fantasy 13 too, because I have very mixed feelings about that, and something that a commenter said was they always felt it was kind of like Square's attempt at like an indie game, like being a little more experimental and playing around with things that they wouldn't really get away with or get the approval to do in a like main numbered game. And I kind of feel the same way about this. Like it's a little indie, little art house, less generic flavor JRPG for the Tales series. Not to say that the main ones are generic in the sense of being bad, but just that this, I think, branches out and takes risks that the others wouldn't. Why is it not letting Marty use it? Is she about to die?
Somehow. Are you ready?
Oh, I see.
Pain will only last an instant.
Oh, not our Sphinx. Richter, why? Oh, it's not a good situation. Yeah, we properly haven't hit this guy. So I'm confident we're supposed to lose. I can't help myself. Even if it burns items, I gotta give it the college try. So otherwise it feels like I'm not really like buying into the game and you know, trying the way that it wants you to.
Too easy. Won't work.
But it's not letting me
Too easy. Blade Fury.
Oh, maybe it requires a certain amount of TP. You'd think it would cut away from the battle after a certain amount of time, though. That happens a lot in Symphonia. Maybe it's just important that he defeats us for the story. Oh, come on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Enduring summer!
Blade Fury! Damn, I was careless.
But I guess your best wasn't good enough.
Emil, I won't ask you to forgive me. You can curse me in hell instead.
No, Richter.
Aster.
Aster? That's a new name.
Master Richter! Master Richter!
Aster?
I guess that Richter didn't kill us after all.
Seles!
Things that don't need to be said.
Right. Come on, Emil. Let's go after them.
I wonder who Aster is.
Oh, it's fine.
Come on, Emil.
It probably won't come up again.
Right.
All right. Slowly amassing those sweet cores. I love it. Oh, and we got a full heal. So generous. Honestly, in this game, I would not take that for granted. Oh, Coral's max level. I wish there were an easier way to change out its class on the fly. That's okay, we can swap in a Wyvern mode.
Heroes of World Regeneration. This isn't looking very good for me.
Understatement of the 2 years.
I know you have the cores as well. Now hand them over.
Not a chance.
You don't need them for the goals that you have in mind.
Goals? You mean their intention of reviving the Silverant dynasty?
The Silverant Dynasty? Please. You guys can't be serious.
Our commander is quite serious, I assure you.
Ooh,
He's a
what a
descendant
face.
of the Silverant Dynasty, which fell 800 years ago.
Someone's above us.
The fangs, yo. Those canine teeth. Incisors? Is that what those are?
Did you know that the Silverant Dynasty was destroyed by the Crucius Angels and the Church of Martel?
I did not know that. Because it never came up in the first game. I can see that getting pretty interesting, though.
Mart, come back to the Vanguard. If you bring back Ratatosk's core, Commander Brute will forgive you. No way. I'll never go back. I took Ratatosk's core on purpose, to stop Daddy's foolish ambition once and for all. Nobody likes a strong-willed little girl. All right, Dex, let's go.
I'll follow you to the end of the earth.
What a match. What a match. He's
Lady
consistent.
Marta, don't let them get to you.
Oh, right.
We're all wounded and tired. Let's go back to Maltokio for now.
I agree. Seles isn't looking very good either. Is that all right with you, Lloyd?
Ah, but Lloyd didn't join the party. We have to build more trust first.
Richter said Aster while he was looking at me. Aster. I guess that's someone's name. But why say it to me? I don't know. It really bothers me.
Well, that was a quiet little skip.
I can't believe this.
You're not the only one. How could they involve my poor sister in this?
But what does this all mean? I'm so confused. Okay, the real Lloyd was the one gathering the cores. Meanwhile, Dex was posing as Lloyd and committing crimes in his name. Right, Emil?
Who's Aster? What do you mean?
What does Brood want with the cores?
Is that exercise machine Dex ordered really ineffective? Has anybody tried it out?
Proving which Lloyd was real and which Lloyd was fake will be difficult with only his own word as evidence.
This is impossible!
See, I love moments like that because I think it's easy as someone playing a JRPG to feel like you're having trouble following the events. And I think skits like that go a long way towards reassuring you, no, it's supposed to be complicated. That's part of the point, because even the characters are having trouble navigating it. And I think that is a big part of what's characteristic of, maybe not JRPGs like broadly, because there's so many different kinds of JRPG, but definitely comes up again and again in the Tales games.
Excuse me, Lloyd?
Lloyd, Bud.
Lloyd.
Lloyd and
Sir Bud, I beseech thee!
Lloyd?
I have nothing to say.
Yeah, there is definitely the lingering question of why he's been so quiet and resigned rather than explaining himself.
You and Marta know this Richter person, right? You know him too, Colette? I think maybe we're friends?
What?
Well, my Crucius crystal, it's this pendant-looking thing I have. Anyway, he asked me to give it to him. Now that you mention it, the Vanguard has been on the lookout for the Chosen. Maybe they need the Crucius crystals for some plan of theirs. When I told him I couldn't give up something so important, he said he'd have to take it from me by force.
Did he threaten to kill you?
No, but that scared me, so I tried to get away. Except I turned around and ran smack into the fence of a nearby house and broke it. The people who lived there were really angry. But Richter apologized with me and even paid them for the damages.
And?
He bid me farewell by saying he'd let me go this time, but he'd take my Crucius crystal the next time we met. And then he left. Sounds more like a threat than a farewell. I think Richter's a chosen maniac, so he's really into collecting their memorabilia. That must be why he wanted my Crucius crystal.
Colette is very smart in this game. That is interesting, though, so I'm excited to rediscover everything about the Vanguard and the Silverhunt Dynasty because I have very little memory of it from my time with the game years and years ago. But, we've been talking about the way that this game adds new layers to the world that we didn't know anything about in the first game, and I think that's a really interesting setup to it that Dex kind of foreshadowed in that last scene where if the Church of Martel kind of, undermined and quelled the dynasty, that's a really interesting, hegemonic explanation for why we wouldn't have known anything about the dynasty, because the sort of prevailing religious and cultural force just sort of wrote it out of history. That's pretty believable and nuanced to me. What? Come on, Smidge. You think that we would get a quick jump for something like this? Everyone knows that quick jumping wasn't invented until 2017.
Say your prayers.
It does feel like a step backwards, though, because as we were talking about last time, Abyss definitely came out before this, several years before this, and even it had, I'm gonna blank on the name of the item now, the special item that you could find at various points throughout the world, and use at save points at the end of dungeons to quick jump back to the beginning. So that was I felt like that was a nice balance in terms of making it so that it wasn't a free quick jump and you had to really think about when it was worth it, but you also weren't beholden to always walking all the way back like you oftentimes are in this game. Reaching heaven. Now that sounds like an arcane art. Maybe? Oh, it is arcane. Awesome. Oh, but I guess I'll leave Photon there because I do want to try to make that other nonsense unison attack work. Now that we know how to do it. I'll try it. Heavenly Tempest.
We're gonna win!
See, there is something kind of like pleasing to me about like walking back out of dungeons after you've gotten everything though, because then it's like you can turn off the puzzle solving part of your brain and just focus on walking back. It's kind of cathartic. You know, Smidge, I think I did know about and do this back in the day because this this cutscene is definitely familiar to me, and the name of the art, Ars Nova. And now that we know how to actually do it, I mean, it's not as high a bar as we thought it might have been. So it makes sense that it is within the reach of players. Yes, it's all about the spammage. You kidding me?
We won't lose!
Much easier.
Wait, Lance,
Yeah, it went from sounding like the hardest, like, Konami code monstrosity to doing a Tales game to something that's like a very fun and easy variation on existing mechanics. So,
You're amazing!
I'm a happy game.
How was that? Brilliant, familiar destruction! You're so amazing!
Shut up! That was nothing.
I love the way you said that.
Enhance cast. Oh, speaking of easy, if it's easy. No, the stupid gates are in the way. Just gonna go back up and grab that cat's, but we can just find one in El Tokyo. Love it!
Let's go!
Yeah, when the grid just naturally starts out that way.
Leave it to me!
No reason not to hit it right away.
Please!
No escape!
This is it!
Shipwrecked! Make a joke once, you can make it 1,000,000 times. The long and winding road that leads
I guess you want
out of this dungeon.
Oh, brilliant! Reveal your destruction!
At least make it challenging.
The statues look like the sort of things I want to be able to interact with. But I don't think there's anything to do with them.
Die, scum! Strike!
Lance, what is your protection?
sure enough, he did it.
Oh, she super is dead. Marta. These aren't even hard enemies.
Be grateful.
I guess it is going to be accidentally grammatically consonant, though, if she's having a hard time fighting against her former compatriots or other Vanguard members. I don't know if that was intentional on the part of the creators, though.
I guess you want to die.
Aid the power to recite. Healing power.
That's it?
Awesome! Oh, and it's a cute mimic. Not quite as fun as being able to team up with, say, a Dark Souls mimic, but still pretty cool. Finally! Daylight! I knew we'd make it back someday. Yeah, we made it, Smidge. Yes! We did it! We saved the world! Roll credits.
Lloyd. I'm sorry for the way I acted.
It's nothing you should feel bad about. I had no intention of explaining myself from the beginning.
Yeah, but can you explain
why
yourself
won't you tell
now?
us
Or...
anything?
Won't you talk to us?
There is only one way we can remove Ratatosk's core from Marta. We have to hatch all of the cores and wake up Ratatosk himself. Why are you after the cores? Maybe we can all work together.
You wouldn't understand. It's a secret.
Then let's work together. You can start by giving all of your cores to me.
It's an unusual definition of working together, my man.
This isn't about just me. If we can wake Ratatosk, all the strange weather around the world will finally stop.
Yeah, really. Talk about a 180 in the music, huh, Smidge?
Maybe you didn't hear what I said. Hand over the cores right now.
This isn't like you.
Lloyd, why? Surely there's some reason you're behaving this way.
For dramatic effect, mostly.
Lloyd.
The director said we needed suspense in the sequel.
Talk to us.
There's nothing I can say for now.
Lloyd!
We have to go after him.
It's no use. He has a Rayard. He's probably soaring through the wild blue yonder by now.
Not again.
And Seles isn't looking too good. Let's return to my estate for now.
I'm sorry for putting you all through this.
You're right, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice.
The whole of my character is I'm sick.
Okay, let's hurry back to Meltokio.
But I don't get it. The Lloyd you all talked about would never act like that, right? What is he thinking? Come on, Seles, I know you can explain this.
I'd like nothing more than to grant your wish, Marta, my angel. But I can't speak in Lloyd's place.
Is that all you can say? I trusted him because all of you did.
But it wasn't Lloyd who attacked Palmacosta and those other towns. I want to believe that the real Lloyd has a good reason for what he's doing.
And I'm saying I want to know what that reason is. If he'd just talked to us instead of giving us the cold shoulder, we might even be able to help him.
Marta.
I understand you feel partly responsible for the things the Vanguard's done, but it's not a child's place to pay for the mistakes of their parents. And directing all that frustration at Lloyd isn't the right answer either. Though I do wish Lloyd would have said something instead of just turning his back on us.
Seles,
Fallen head over heels for me, have you?
You'd actually be pretty charming if you didn't say stuff like that.
That's my trick. I like to think that Evie can sense the mounting tension in the story, which is why she was quiet for the first part of the stream, only to lose her mind now. There is something interesting, I think, in terms of the sequel setup too, where Lloyd is the main protagonist of the first game. We're always with him, and so we have a pretty strong sense of access to his thoughts and feelings, and so then to have that totally turned on its head in the sequel, where we aren't just at arm's length to him, but also like he's actively resisting telling us anything. I think that's an interesting, like, speaking of sudden tonal shifts, like an about face to do in terms of the player and former avatar relationship.
Lloyd refused to talk to us.
But he did save Seles. We can rest assured he hasn't really changed.
Yes, I'm sure he'll be able to explain all of this someday.
Yep, sooner or later keeping so many secrets to himself will be impossible for a guy as trusting as Lloyd.
You're right. Oh, but I just hate not knowing the truth behind all this.
It looks as though all we can do now is wait.
Big sigh. The biggest. Oh my god, all these skits. Now that everyone's together, they have everything to say.
Marta's spunky attitude just gives me goosebumps. I think I've died and gone to heaven.
As soon as we rescued Seles, he's back to his usual self.
Seles is so flighty. No, Marta. Seles isn't flighty. He's shallow.
Colette, who said that about me?
Professor Sage.
Literally everyone.
She said you're like a wading pool. Professor Sage can't swim, remember? I think she means she likes Seles.
Fine. I'm a shallow man with obvious motives, so sue me.
As many women in Tetheala did over the years. Oh, if you press A on the map, it's a quick jump. Doesn't even accelerate the speed. It only took, what, 25 hours to figure that out? But we got it eventually. This fucking guy. I just want to buy some items, man. Will he ever be in his shop? Alright, I remember there's a cat's over by the Coliseum. Oh, Smidge, if you're still lurking, because I know I said I wasn't going to bother trying to figure out if we could do the Twilight Castle or Palace, whatever it's called. Twilight Palace, that's what it is, Palace, not Castle. But do you know or have understanding of like where the different kinds of cats are? Because I did read that you have to get the quest from a rumor-loving cats. Like, see, the one we have here is a worker cats. And I have little to no understanding of where to find the different kinds of cats. But if we knew where a rumor-loving one was, I could at least check there to see if we could get the treasure hunting quest. Yeah, I didn't either, but I got all confused because it said that there should be, you know, this treasure hunting quest that they give out, and I wasn't getting it from any cats. And on some of the forums it said that has to be a rumor-loving cats, but again, maybe just because of the age of the game, next to no information about where those specific cats actually exist. Chimera! What the heck? Oh, I kind of like the Sphinx more. Go back. Command Z, please. Archdemon. Oh, I like that. A fancy boy demon. We had another. can't evolve yet, but our dragon can. Yes. Okay. It's nice that it tells us that. Oh, there are so many paths. Oh, I'm a little overwhelmed. I don't know which to choose. Oh, I feel like a worm would be cool, but also I was excited about a dragon in the first place. So maybe I should go lean further into that. I know, it's... like you said before, this is why you gotta play through the game a million times, right? You just have to get a million of each monster so that you can do all the paths. I remember seeing a worm earlier in the game and being psyched about how cool it looked, so maybe I'll grab one of those. That is not what I was thinking. I was thinking the, like the giant earthworms in the ground, and I thought it evolved into one of those for some reason. But this is cool too. The thrill of discovery, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Unless you have retained more knowledge of the game than I did, clearly. Oh, and I guess I'll check to make sure that quest is not here. Yeah, great minds think alike. Yeah, so none of them are the treasure hunting one that I was talking about. And none of them have the evil eye as the reward either. So I don't think it's worth doing any of them. But you tell me. You clearly had more patience for the quest than I did, so I would do one if you thought it was worth it. Maybe I'll just look up while we're hanging here where to get the evil eye. Super late game is what the internet consensus is. Like in the last dungeons, it's dropped by some of the creatures. Yeah, so I don't think quests are going to be our friend in finding that now. Well, that makes sense. I guess if it's, you know, the ultimate item for the best evolutions, it's probably going to take until late in the game to have access to all of the parts for it. I should rest at the inn before we continue onward. Yeah, that's right, Smidge. We're in chapter 5 right now. Oh yeah, we got stuff. There's quite a bit of stuff left to do. And yet, here I am already wondering which Tales game to play next. I'm a monster. Although I think it's safe to say we're monsters at this point, Smidge, because as you and I continue talking, I get the sense that you are just as degenerate when it comes to these Tales games as I am. I say it with love. No, I appreciate it. That's one of the things that's been fun about streaming these, is I don't think in my real life, as much as I've hung out and worked with many different gamers and people who think about games and love them so much, I don't think I've ever found anyone who's like as deep into the Tales games as I am, so it's nice to be able to chat about them with someone else who knows their stuff. Yeah, I feel like we saw someone who can do synthesis, but it's definitely not like something I've seen or clocked a lot.
I'm so glad to see that you're all right.
Maybe it's even in a town we haven't gotten to yet or something. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Good call.
Tokunaga, I'm sorry for worrying you.
Tokunaga, Sebastian, see Seles to her bed.
Yes, sir.
Emil, my brother told me everything. would be honored to give you Glaucius's core. Good luck on your quest.
Thank you.
Man, this thing just gets worse and worse. The Silverant dynasty, huh?
Okay, I gotta do a quick take stock of everything. So we have the Centurion's cores of fire, darkness, light, ice, wind. We don't have earth. We don't have water because that's Aqua. She's with Richter. And we don't have lightning yet. Okay, so we have 3 to go. Lumens? We don't have lumens. Lloyd has lumen. I forget if I counted that one or not. So yeah, we still got some stuff to do.
I've no idea
Past
what went on
halfway,
in
though.
Silverant back when the worlds were still separated. But the Vanguard is dead set on getting revenge on the Church of Martel.
Were they planning on using Ratatosk's core to restore the dynasty?
Yes, they want to use it to destroy the Church of Martel, and the Tetha'alan royal family as well.
Ratatosk's core can do that?
They plan on using it for some weapon called a mana cannon.
I wonder what the status is with the Pope, because I don't think they've talked about the Pope in terms of leadership in Dawn of the New World yet, but like the last time we saw the Pope who was current as of 2 years ago, he was being taken away and imprisoned by the royal family, so I wonder what the hierarchy of the church looks like 2 years later in the reunited world.
No way!
Sheena, you've heard of it?
Heard of it, used it, saved the world with it at least once.
Yes, I've used
It's
one
a long
before.
story.
If left in the wrong hands, it could destroy the entire
It
world.
would take at least 50 hours to tell you, though. We don't have time for that.
I'll need to inform the church officials and His Majesty about this.
I'll head back to Iselia to tell everyone there. Is there any way we can get word to Professor Sage?
Leave that up to my Mizuho scouts. They'll find her and let her know.
Emil, what are you going to do next?
I'll go after the rest of the cores with Marta. That way we'll free Ratatosk and also stop the Vanguard from using the mana cannon. Right, Marta?
Right.
Then I shall continue to accompany you.
My man.
I don't pretend to understand what Lloyd is thinking, but perhaps I could be of help the next time you face him.
Good idea. I'm going too. What I know about the mana cannon might come in handy. And I can't throw my support to Lloyd until I know what he's about.
Do you know things about the canon, like the way to pronounce it? Because in the last game it was mana, and now it's mana, and I'm losing my mind over it.
Count me out. I'm sure Lloyd has his reasons. He would never do anything to put the world in danger. So I'm going after Lloyd.
I feel the same way as Zelos. I trust Lloyd no matter what. I want to find him and help him.
Just be consistent, right? Like, I can't imagine it would be that hard to maintain those things across the games if you wanted to. It's like, I almost feel like it makes more effort to change the pronunciation on so many things, which almost makes me think, like, were they trying to make a point with it? But I can't for the life of me really think through what that point would be.
I wish you 2 luck. Well, I suppose we won't see each other for a while.
Yeah, take care.
Everyone, stay safe.
Zelos, Colette, thank you.
I'm so sorry. This is all my father's fault.
A child shouldn't have to apologize for what their parents do. Cheer up, Marta.
Well then, shall we?
Let's show. And just like that, they were off. Boy, that was quite the little escapade to get Glaucius's core. Especially compared with the other ones. That was what, like, at least 5 hours just dedicated to that one core?
Now then, time to hunt for more Centurion's cores.
Indeed. The Temple of Earth isn't too far from here.
Earth. That would mean...
In theory, it would mean we should find Solemn's core.
What's the matter, Tenebrae? You don't sound too sure.
No, it's just... Recently, whenever we've been close to the Vanguard, I've felt the presence of Solemn's core.
So they already have it?
I cannot be certain, but Solemn's specialty is his ability to deceive his enemies. It could be connected to the effortless transformations of that foul-smelling man.
You think Dex is using the core? But wait, wouldn't you have sensed Solemn's presence if he was?
I'm afraid that his ode to seduction interferes with my senses too much for me to tell.
It's just the worst smell you could possibly think of.
Well, if we go to the Temple of Earth, we'll know for sure, right?
Indeed. No use standing around discussing it. Let's head to the temple.
Right.
Solemn's core may not be here after all.
60% of the time works every time.
Do you know, Marta?
No, I'm sorry. Ever since Daddy started to change, I've been avoiding him, so...
Hey, don't sweat it. Worrying about it won't help us now. Besides, things should clear up once we get to the Temple of Earth, right?
That's right. Let's hurry.
Okay, so I think we go to the Temple of Earth and then double back real quick to get another side quest. Yes, okay. We're gonna learn more about Alice before we continue on with the cores. I'm looking forward to it. Been enjoying that subplot.
Halt! This area is strictly off limits.
Why? Did something happen?
It's all those earthquakes we've been having. The inside of the temple collapsed. It's a mess in there.
So we can't go inside?
Nope, don't think anyone's gonna be able to before they finish repairs.
What should we do?
Well, we could head to the Temple of Lightning in the meantime. A summon spirit used to be there, so the core could be as well, right?
Perhaps. By the way, why don't we hatch Glaucius's core before we set out again?
Oh, good idea. I almost forgot about it. We haven't touched it since we got it.
Now Glaucius has awoken too. That's good.
Emil?
Perhaps he's simply exhausted from everything that's happened.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You may be right. Let's take him back to town.
Oh, come on, Sheena. You've been through a whole JRPG. You can't buy that explanation. Yeah, right. No kidding, Switch. And that's probably just a dream.
Emil, what's wrong?
Probably just the wind.
Marta, it's you.
You're the other Emil, aren't you?
You can tell? Oh yeah, you didn't want me around.
I actually prefer cool guy Emil to the other Emil, but fine if you have to call me something, I guess.
No! It's just, ever since what happened, you only showed yourself when we were in battle, so I was worried about you.
You were? Come to think of it, you did stand up for me.
Huh?
Marta, do you need me?
Of course! You're Emil too.
So you don't mind if I show up again?
Of course not.
Thank you.
Huh? Marta, what just happened?
What do you mean? We were talking.
Really?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. My mistake.
So I've been saying we only have 2 protagonists to work with, but we kind of have 3, depending on how you count.
Oh, okay.
You should get some more rest.
Yeah, I'll do that. Good night, Marta.
Good night. Emil, what's happening to you?
Boy, that's interesting. That painting that's behind Marta looks actually quite a bit like one of the main kingdoms in Tales of the Abyss. I wonder whether that was intentional. I don't think we've gotten an explanation for this yet, and I forget whether it comes, unless I'm forgetting something, but it's interesting to me how some of the Centurions, when they awaken, they manifest and interact in physical form, like Tenebrae and Aqua do, but with others, like what they just did with Awakening Glaucius, the core lights up and seemingly awakens in the same way, but there's no, corporeal manifestation of the Centurion. They might have explained that, but I don't have any recollection of it. And I'm not sure why that would be the case.
Please, my grandson is sick. I heard that a doctor in Tethaala might be able to cure him.
And? What's your point, you old hag?
Jesus
If I
Christ.
can't get a letter of introduction from the Pope in Meltokia,
Oh, speak of the devil. We're just talking about the Pope. So he is still around.
no doctor in Tethaala will treat a Silverante.
And why should I care? Just get one of your quacks back in Silverant to see the brat. Now get out of my way.
Jesus.
Look at that old crone.
It was like a football tackle. Jesus Christ.
Surprised she wasn't swept up with all the other garbage in the street.
What's their problem?
Ma'am, are you alright?
What's wrong with you? How can you be so cruel?
It's simple. The Pope is my best
or
friend.
The goddess Martel's divine punishment will rain down upon you.
I know, you would think that Regal Bryant the Great Noble would come out swinging every single time in these situations, wouldn't you, Smidge?
Oh, look at that. It looks like you got some divine punishment of your own.
What do you think you're doing?
You talk so much about divine punishment in your rotten sham of a religion. I thought you might like a taste yourself.
Oh no, are we siding with Alice? Oh, I feel gross, dude.
What?
What'll the Church of Martel do for me? Will it bring my parents back to life? Will it bring back my mother and father killed by monsters while on a pilgrimage forced by the church?
Will it bring back that orphanage I burned to the ground after I grew up in it?
You're blaming the Church of Martel for that? You need to learn to fear the goddess, you filthy girl!
You bastard! No one talks to Alice like that!
Don't get me wrong. My parents were killed because they were weak. Just like you'll be killed because you're weak too. That's all. Dex, stop it!
That's enough. Please, stop hurting him.
My, it looks like this kind old lady saved you. Dex, you can stop now. I said you can stop!
You hurt her, Dex. That's enough.
Jesus Christ. Who's the real masochist here? Or sadist, excuse me. Oh.
It stinks.
It's the Otis seduction. Oh, my head hurts.
The perfume is so powerful, he's seduced himself into perpetual violence.
Dex, stop it!
What was I...
This is the real eternal recurrence.
Let's go, Dex.
But Alice, what about Marta and Emil?
Oh, this is interesting. So, again, no spoilers because I don't have a firm recollection of this part of the story, but I wonder almost like, that kind of feels like Deck's mind is breaking down a little bit. And remember, we did get the very clear explanation very early on that that's something that can happen to most humans when they're holding on to Centurion's cores, which would align with what they were saying about if he was using Solemn's core to transform himself.
Leave them for later. Right now, we need to find out what just made you flip out.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I just explained it, Alice. If you could learn to listen.
Oh, Alice, you're really worried about me.
I'm worried about myself. I don't care about you. Ma'am, if you need a doctor, you can use me as a reference. Go to Flanor and give the doctor there my name. Alice of the Vanguard. They should treat your grandson for free.
Thank you so much, Lady Alice.
I can't believe Alice just helped someone.
Well, the Vanguard's purpose is to help the Silveranti.
Allegedly.
Ugh, but the Church of Martel is just as horrible as ever.
Yes, the corruption within the church only increases. Their state must greatly concern the Chosen and His Majesty.
There's this quiet scene in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that I really love that talks about basically people drawing strength from recognizing themselves as weak. And I feel like that scene with Alice and the minister or pastor or whoever from the church is a really kind of chilling inversion of that, where Alice has almost pushed herself to this nihilistic brink by thinking like everyone's weak and so none of this matters and so the world just deserves to burn. Like she has a lot of that kind of pure chaotic energy, but in a sad and kind of hollowed out way, I think. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we also want to distinguish between like corrupt origins and a corrupt institution, right? I think that's one of the things that's like interesting to me about the Church of Martel, because it was a front, like from the beginning, right? It was very much designed for Mythos's own ends of basically, you know, propagating his agenda for keeping the world separated and also developing a vessel for Martel, right? So in that sense, yes, it was inauthentic from the beginning. But I think what's interesting is how, like, even in spite of those beginnings and its true purpose, like, a lot of people were able to draw, like, genuine comfort from it and use it for good. And, like, I mean, we saw a lot of practitioners of the religion in the first game who were doing good things, right? Whereas in this game, it seems to have much more, like, fully swung around to being this totalitarian power, just sort of oppressing people. I guess from, like, maybe one of the things they're exploring is the combination of, like, the church as it would have been in Silverant and the church in Tetheala, because, like, Tetheala is much more developed, right, and they have a pope, whereas there's not that same kind of, like, centralized religious authority in Silverant, and so maybe it was easier for there to be, like, I don't know, genuine charity coming from the church in an underdeveloped world like Silverant, where it was mostly just people striking out on their own and having the little like way stations that you found throughout the world that were run by people who supported the church, versus the more organized and authoritarian vision of it that we got in Tetheala. Temple of Lightning. Real lightning. I think we're gonna jump chapters. Ah! He called it Dark Premonition.
This is a
Chapters
restricted
have great
area.
names.
No one is allowed to enter.
A restricted area? But why?
None of your business. Now go!
Marta, are you okay?
We were ordered to make your lives really difficult.
Excuse me, but if you would just listen to it.
Shut up, kid. Get out of here.
Emil!
Oof.
Stop, that's enough.
Damn it. That's why I can't let you handle anything.
Okay. They're dead.
What are you mumbling about?
That escalated.
Nobody lays a hand on Marta.
Wait, Emil! Please don't hurt them!
Why not? This fool just attacked you.
We need their help, Emil, so we can get inside the temple.
That won't be a problem if we kill them all.
Emil, you're in Ratatosk mode again. Pull yourself together. You've got to calm down and
It's the
return
best
to your
mode.
normal self.
With the best
My
theme.
normal self can't keep Marta safe.
Acting like this won't keep Marta safe either. Will it, Emil?
What?
Just put your blade away. Provoking unnecessary hostilities isn't going to help our cause.
Boy, there's a lot of weight behind that
What's
quiet
going on
guidance
here?
that Regal offered when you think about everything he went through with
Director
Alicia.
Schneider,
And
these
everything
people were
that
trying
made
to
him into
force
the
their way into the
reflective
temple.
and wizened older man
It's
that
all
he
right.
is.
This is only a simple misunderstanding. We were just wondering why this area has been sealed off.
Oh, you're Duke Bryant, aren't you? Duke Bryant? You mean the president of the Lezareno Company?
He's so humble that other people have to do it for him, Smidge.
You should have said so in the first place. We're glad to help the president of such a fine establishment.
Jesus Christ.
I must apologize for this unfortunately rude
These
welcome.
brown nosers.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Schneider, the director of Cybak's Imperial Research Academy. Recently, the Temple of Lightning has become quite dangerous. We've restricted access to only those who have permission from the Academy.
Oh, really? But why? What happened here? We really need to get inside. It's very urgent.
Well, I can make some exceptions as long as your cause is justified. Once I've finished my work, I'll be glad to hear you out. Perhaps you could wait for me at the Imperial Research Academy until then.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you. Emil, any objections?
You're...
What? What's wrong with you? What's with the stupid expression?
Regal is the ultimate mastermind behind this
You
adventure.
know Emil?
We solved it. We cracked the case.
Emil? Of course, that's impossible. There's no way it could be him.
What is it? Does he remind you of someone?
Because that's been happening a lot, and we're all kind of curious about it.
No, it's nothing. Please disregard my comment. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Probably just the wind.
I wonder who you remind him of.
Who cares? How the hell would I know?
Well, anyway. Why are you always so aggressive when you're in Ratatosk mode?
It's like asking, why is water wet, Sheena? Oh my god, I was so hoping you wouldn't call me on that, because the minute it left my mouth, I was like, that is a bad example and such an unintended invitation into such a dumb philosophical conversation.
Who do those jerks think they are?
I could count on you to call me out,
Up to no
Smidge.
good. Looks like the rumors were true. What the hell is Zelos thinking?
The appeal of the Chosen has dropped sharply since the system that supported his status was abolished. Putting all the blame on the Chosen is unfair.
And Silveron's Church of Martel is
I'm not even
completely
going to get
controlled
into
by the
it.
Church
I think
of
you can
Valhalla.
talk yourself into either perspective
Sounds
on
like
it.
the Church of Martel's days are numbered.
It would be difficult to imagine otherwise.
It's like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Like, look, the bottom line is hot dog is delicious. That's what you need to know about hot dog. And hopefully hot dogs are not wet, to tie it to the is water wet conversation. Ugh, wet hot dog. No, thank you. Oh no! My trigger finger was too happy. I missed the skip. That's okay. Finally! The best area in the game! It is a bumping soundtrack, though. I'll give it that. Haha, great minds, Smidge. Great minds. Yeah, but we missed it for the Twilight Palace because you have to do those treasure hunting quests in every chapter starting in 5. And now we're in chapter 6. So we missed it. If we could get it, but I'm fairly confident that it's a New Game Plus thing because it feels like the kind of thing that they unlock for you in New Game Plus. That's pretty common. Synthesize! Speaking of that. So are these the, are these synthesis things the statues that you were talking about, Smidge? The, like, Arcanum Wings and Innocent Blood and Damnation? Okay. Feral Shadow is the one for the Ogre. That makes sense. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, we don't have the Evil Eye. It's a bummer. Oh yeah, they must, like those one to evolve all of the different monster types. That's what it looks like. That makes sense. Well, no need to use it on that right now, too. I have to imagine there's a dragon one as well, and we're raising that dragon in the party, too. Good to know, though. You were hypnotized by a cat. Months pass as you sleep. Oh, that's a nice touch. Because he was spinning like nobody's business 2 years ago. He's aged. Well, if you insist, Smidge. Silver mittens, plaid ribbon, light plate, message Hawkeye, studded bandana. If it were one of those cool synthesis items, I would definitely consider it, but yeah, I don't think it's worth it for any of those. They're long, too. Like, I tried one, I think it was last stream that I sucked it up and did one, and it was like, it was an effort to get all the way through it. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess it's nice to have those sorts of bonus opportunities to grind if you want to. It's so hard for me to get in the mindset of not thinking of it as very, very tedious, you know? I feel like there are more interesting ways to build in that sort of grinding stuff. Even something like, what was the quasi-randomized dungeon in Bloodborne? The Catacombs, maybe? I forget the name of it. But the Chalice Dungeons, I think that was the overarching name for it. Like, that was a little more interesting because it had, like, lore attached to it and unique bosses and stuff like that, as opposed to the more kind of rote grindiness of these quests. Okay, we are going to Cyback next. Awesome. And we're off. I'm gonna watch them go this time. The quick jump feels a little too quick to me. As if no effort has been made in the travel. I feel like he took the least efficient path from Cat's Village to Cyback. If he had taken the boat in the other direction, it would have been like
I wonder where the Imperial Research Academy is.
We've been there before. It's towards the far end of town.
With Lloyd?
Yes, that's right.
You got a problem with that?
Let's head to the Imperial Research Academy and wait for Director Schneider to return.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Why do they all look so pale?
Well, yeah. This town's packed to the gills with bookworms and eggheads.
So they're the complete opposite of you?
Well, excuse me. And what about you, huh?
I'm in the same boat.
Looks like you both could stand a bit of polish at the hands of Professor Sage.
Better hope her ruin mode disease isn't contagious.
Like you're one to talk.
Aw, Ratatosk mode Emil cracked a joke. Or his approximation thereof. I love it. Okay. Our next things, I think, trigger when we get to the Institute. I'm tracking the side quests so we don't lose anything. No, I missed that too, Smidge. I think we did talk about it a little bit. I think I probably called out sort of the similarity and difference from Xenoblade Chronicles 3, right? Because without giving anything away about it, its overworld is similarly like a mashup of other worlds, and part of what's really fun about that is exactly what you're talking about, like being able to wander around and explore and see these old places with which you were once familiar in totally new contexts. And it does feel like, because this overworld was just compressed into a postcard that you don't really get to navigate, it's just like a really sad and lost opportunity to not really see the way the two worlds have intermingled in the aftermath of the journey. So I'm totally with you. I wonder why they did that. Like, if it was a conscious choice because they wanted players to interact with the overworld in a certain way, or if they just ran out of time in the development cycle or something else. It is it's such a stark difference, not only from Tales of Symphonia, but also from the way that they do overworld navigation in virtually every other game I can think of. Ooh, we can teach monsters heal now. I like that. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Smidge. It's always great to see you. Great to chat. Hope to see you again on Friday. There'll be a special guest, as I mentioned, so it'll be a whole other fun dynamic. And hopefully you can drop in for at least some of it. But chatting with you is always a major highlight, so thanks for being there. Hope you keep enjoying it. See you soon. So many item upgrades for Emil and Marta's kit. Love it. Hey, I never changed Emil's accessories. He's got old junk from like the very beginning of the game. This ought to help at least a little bit in battle. I'm surprised we don't have something that increases attack at this point in the game. Not sure what Electrum does. If the evil book containing all of the demons from Niflheim is still in the library here. I have to check. No, I think that's where the book was, and now it looks like there's a big fat gap there, which means that presumably the way that this world developed from Tales of Symphonia was on the assumption that the gang did what we failed to do in our playthrough of Tales of Symphonia this time around and got all the way through the book and defeated the demons and ultimately burned the book at the end. That's a nice touch. That in itself shows continuity in a neat way. Man, this is apropos of nothing, but I don't think I said this on stream. I told Dan the other day, it's so neat to me when I discover like connections between games that sort of explain how I feel about them in ways that I hadn't realized before. So people who know some of my other work on the philosophy of video games might know that I like fell in love with this other Bandai Namco JRPG, Scarlet Nexus, when it came out a couple of years ago. I played through it right away, and I thought it was just like the coolest and most interesting and thoughtful thing I'd played in years. And so I wrote a very long study of it, which you can find on With a Terrible Fate. I'll try to remember to link to it in the VOD if I can. But as I was doing research into like Tales of the Abyss and Tales of Symphonia for these streams and my work on it, I discovered like, oh, why might Scarlet Nexus have been so interesting to me? Well, it turns out its main scenario writer was the same person who was the main scenario writer for Tales of Symphonia and Tales of the Abyss. So, funny thing, sometimes the creators and storytellers that you love write other stories that you also love. And you can feel it even if you don't know that they're actually the ones responsible for it. All which to say, if you're a fan of the Tales series, but you haven't played Scarlet Nexus, and just Bandai Namco's other JRPGs more broadly, but especially that one, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's a really thoughtful and cool game.
You're alive! See? I told you not to get all buddy-buddy with that half-elf.
Whom do we know who's a half-elf and also seems to know this Aster fellow? Could it be Richter?
Who are you? And who the hell is Aster?
Tonal shifts, we've got him.
Oh, Aster! They said you died while looking for that summon spirit, Ratatosk.
What?
Hold on, did you say Ratatosk? You're researching Ratatosk here?
Huh? Are you a friend of Aster's?
Oh, it's chapter 6 and things are already heating up at a rapid pace, you guys.
His name is Emil. He's not Aster.
Settle down, everyone. I am Regal Bryant. Director Schneider instructed us to wait for him here.
Duke Bryant? My apologies. The director is currently out in the field.
Yes, I'm aware.
Oh, right, of course. Please come inside. The director's room is on the second floor. It's the last room back.
Thank you.
I wonder who this Aster guy is and if he really looks like Emil.
Who knows? It sounds like they're still holding on to that same old half-elf bigotry. I can't say I like that.
Boy, they seem in a hurry to overlook like most of the actual content of what that researcher said to Emil.
It is difficult for people to change. Prejudice against half-elves has been around for over 4,000 years. It'll be a while before it starts to fade.
I guess you're right, but still. I wouldn't be surprised if they were still locking half-elves up in the basement and forcing them to do research.
They actually did something like that?
They actually did literally exactly that.
Perhaps we should stop by the basement and check.
You mean go where half-elves might be?
Hey, you're not locking anyone up down here still, are you? Just a routine check we wanted to perform.
I don't believe it. You too? You're friends with Rain and Genus, aren't you?
Yes, you're right. Feeling afraid like this, it isn't fair to Rain or Genus. I'm sorry.
I think it is cool. We talked a little bit about this with Seles in the stream of Tales of Symphonia, but I think it's neat and kind of a bold choice, especially for a game like of this older era, to have some of its protagonists like suffer from prejudice and have to wrestle with their own feelings. Like, it's easy to sort of whitewash or paint the heroes of a story as just, you know, wanting to save everyone and love everyone equally and be the Colette of it all. But for characters like Seles and Marta to, you know, have prejudices and some bigoted inclinations, at least, right, that they have to live with and kind of adjudicate as they see more of the world. I think that's, it feels real to me, at least, in a way that stories often don't.
Well then, shall we?
Food, glorious food. Boy, the name of Evie's game on this particular stream is late game frustration, I guess. I think I prefer it when she gets it out of her system earlier in the stream. I'll sit down and have a talk with her about it after this. Alright, foodstuffs, we've got them. Wonder Chef, teach us how to cultivate our monsters. Burrito. You son of a bitch, I'm in. Okay, I think the next thing on the side quest will trigger automatically, so let's return to the main quest for the moment. I think the director's office was up here. Supposed to wait for him in his office, right? Am I crazy? Oh no, we wanted to check to make sure there were no half-elves locked in the basement. I forgot that was an actual objective as opposed to a throwaway joke. Boy, yeah, I wonder if Kate, the Pope's half-elf daughter, is still there.
This is where half-elves were forced to do research. They were locked up here their entire lives.
Imprisoned in here? That's horrible. Can you imagine?
Emil, are you all right?
Where am I?
What is it? You look like you just woke up from a dream.
This is the fun experience of replaying an old game that you played many years ago and sort of having more of the story start coming back to you as you get further in the story. Now I'm gradually starting to remember some of the reveals that we have coming up. And they're pretty cool, by the way, for all the kind of mixed reactions we've been giving this game. I think there's a lot of neat stuff ahead for us yet.
Marta! You're not hurt, are you? What happened to those mean knights?
Are you okay?
Boy, this dude is losing more and more time.
Huh?
Come on, wake up already. The Temple of Lightning was off limits, so we came to the Cybac Imperial Research Academy, remember?
We did?
Perhaps you're just tired. Why don't you get some rest at the inn? I'll send a messenger as soon as the director returns.
Okay.
There's no way that Regal can think he's just tired, right?
I'll go with you.
Maybe he's just trying to funnel Emil somewhere else so that everyone else can have a discussion about what to do with this dude.
Sure, thanks.
Emil, are you sure you're okay?
Super not.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a second.
I wonder if you have a fever. Anyway, let's get you back to the inn for some rest.
Okay. I'm sorry to worry you.
You look just like him.
Huh?
They've been saying you look like someone named Aster.
I do?
You're a dead ringer. You could be his twin. But I heard Aster was killed by Richter, so...
Some of those interstitial memory, dream, something sequences that Emil keeps seeing seem to be being attacked by Richter.
Richter?
Oh, you've heard of Richter? He used to be a researcher here, a half-elf.
A half-elf? I did notice he's able to use magic.
Was this Richter a tall man with red hair?
Yes, a redhead.
No, it was the one other guy named Richter in the New World.
He went off to investigate a summon spirit named Ratatosk and ended up killing Aster. They were best friends, too. What a sick bastard. Damn those half-elves.
Boy, we're learning a lot more about Richter.
That's a lie! Richter would never do something like that!
Emil, wait! Please, try to calm down.
I must have reminded Richter of Aster.
Emil.
That's why he was so nice to me. If Richter really did kill Aster, it doesn't make sense why he'd be nice to someone who looks just like him.
Yeah, if you trust Richter, then I do too. Now let's go get some rest at the inn, okay?
You really need it, we've decided. Good title. Want to see the description on that one? Oh, that's so sad. She's just trying to comfort him. He's so high-strung.
Marta, do you really think this Aster person was killed by Richter?
Hey, have you heard this story? Long ago, a little boy and girl lived deep in the forest.
A little boy and girl.
One day, while out on a stroll, they came upon a house made entirely of gels. They were hungry, so they started to eat it when suddenly this old woman...
Why do I look so much like this Aster? Maybe he's a distant relative or something.
Good try,
It appears
Marta.
you were unable to alter his troubled mood. By the way, I'm rather curious about the end of your story.
Does it really matter? They all lived happily ever after, the end.
Oh. They're just gonna let Emil and Tenebrae down, dude. Don't do that. Tenebrae just wanted a good story. Feel like that's becoming more frequent too.
That same dream again. Why would Richter try to kill me?
Are you awake?
Tenebrae, yeah, I had a really weird dream.
A dream?
Yeah, a dream where I'm killed by Richter. Hey, where's Marta?
She received word from Regal and left. Shall we follow?
Yeah.
Alright, friends, well, we're getting a lot of new pieces introduced. A lot of old pieces are... I don't know if we could say they're falling into place yet, but I think if you're watching this and you haven't played the game, this is certainly the point in the JRPG where you would start to formulate some hypotheses, so interested to hear what you might be thinking at this point. I'm really excited to see a lot of the things that are coming next. I think we're really getting into it now, and our perspective on the story and world is gonna turn on a dime over the next few streams, which is why this will be a very fun and fitting place to call it a night, because my poor buddy Matt McGill, and colleague from With a Terrible Fate, will be doing us the honor of joining this Friday on the stream, the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and he will be walking right into a sequence, I think, of big revelations and twists and turns in a game that is a sequel to a game that he has never played, and he hasn't played the sequel before either, so we'll get to catch him up real quick and then talk through all of these pivotal moments and changes with him live. So look forward to that. I can't wait to see how things go. Excited to have Matt on. Excited to see you all for the next installment of this. And check out that new Tales of the Abyss study on withaterriblefate.com if you haven't yet. Love to hear what you think of that. It was a labor of love for me, and it definitely gave me a different perspective, not just on Tales of the Abyss, but also on a lot of these games and the way they tell stories, even on Dawn of the New World and a lot of what we've been doing for the last few weeks here. And stay tuned for a new article on Tales of Symphonia, I think next week. I think I can comfortably commit to that, because it's going to be the one that I've been teasing over the last few streams, which I'm really excited to do as a small reflection, just thinking about my time with Regal in that most recent playthrough that I did on stream of Tales of Symphonia. So thank you. I hope you have many other great gaming adventures and studies in the time between now and the next stream. And I'll hope to see you back here, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday. This has been Aaron Suduko with Tales of Praxis for With a Terrible Fate. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night.